In case you're wondering what's going on back here, that's sort of the look of it. The Knicks have won 13 straight in the playoffs, second longest in any individual postseason run, behind
kind
only
of trickle
the
down into
2017
the rest
Warriors,
of the
who were
group,
so
set the
good,
tone,
people thought they were
and we
ruining
had
the
a few of
sport.
those early.
Including Game 2, 4 of the Knicks' 13 wins have included double-digit comebacks. As the series heads back to New York tonight, Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns, we're talking about the buzz surrounding them.
If you walk around the city or you go to different places and people are singing your praises and doing all that, it's very easy to get complacent and to listen to those things and start feeling good, and then you start relaxing. So for me personally,
won 3 in a row.
as far away from that as possible.
Talked about the word hope. Hope has been brought back to the city. We've revitalized that word, but the word success hasn't been seen in the city for a long time. So we have to continue to fight to bring that word back to fruition.
So you guys were telling me again, Wendy and Vinny, and to a degree, Michael, also on the off days, are at all these practices, all these press conferences, all these shoot-arounds, all these opportunities to talk to the players. And while you were impressed with the way the Spurs are handling being down 2-0, you're also impressed with the way the Knicks are handling being up 2-0.
Yes, I saw absolutely not one iota of anything from the Knicks yesterday that indicated it's all fired up. Because I know I saw this everywhere. This series ain't going back to Texas. This thing is over. And that may end up being true. But you couldn't pick that vibe up from the Knicks yesterday. All of the stuff that was going on, it was like a giant media contingent that was in that arena yesterday. They couldn't care at all. If they lose tonight, it will not be because they're looking ahead, I promise you.
I mean, look, Wendy, we were in a press conference room with Wilbon, and in the back is Fat Joe and Jadakiss. And Fat Joe is making fun of Mike Brown's shoes. And Ben Stiller's over to the left, like videotaping, how can you not acknowledge what's going on? And then tonight, everything that's going to be in the building, with Spike Lee's and Timothy Chalamet's, who I never heard of until this season.
Thank you.
Okay. I never knew who the hell he was. But how can you not get caught up in that? It's so easy to get caught up in, but this Knicks team is uncommonly focused. They are taking on cues from Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson couldn't care less that Fat Joe's in the back of the room. Like, Fat Joe's like, I got a question. He was like, hi, Joe, and walked out of the room. Like, that's where he's at right now. And I think this team, like you said, Wendy, if they lose tonight, it's not going to be because of some massive letdown, but that arena is going to be so hot. It might be a little cheap, like
Lakers pouring it on.
The Spurs get ahead.
Halftime, Marcus
will panic set into the arena, not on the sidelines, but the arena.
Not this. I think this is different. And I've been in. Look, the Knicks have had a whole lot of huge nights with celebrities and a lot of talk and a lot of hope that Karl Anthony Towns talking about, and lost.
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing finger roll. Reggie and all. They lost that game. The Reggie in the 8 seconds. This has happened over the year. It's not been 53 years of having no shots at it. They've had shots.
Yeah.
Block, strip, block, block. The Bulls versus Charles Smith. I love Charles. I said I wouldn't go through that. In 93, when they thought they could win the championship, the Knicks were once up 2-0 on the Bulls in the series. Yeah, the Knicks have had this moment and been
Stop talking.
Yeah, I know.
Bringing it back.
Well, it's also watch the way when Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs won Game 7 versus OKC. It's part of the process that every team goes through when you learn how to win, right? But you saw this emotional drain. They're like, it was like they celebrated. That's a real thing. We hear guys like Kevin Garnett or Paul Pierce talk about that. Like, hey, that's not your championship game. So I think there's an element of when you play those first 2 games at home, you're in NBA Finals, we're here, we've done it. And it's not that you forget that you're in NBA Finals, but it's hard just to transition. I think games like this on the road help you transition because you lock in with your team. You're not around all that hoopla. That hoopla is now for the Knicks, not for the Spurs.
I want to ask a different question to this group because I'm always interested in the historical significance of things. It's one of the things about sports I love the most. And for that, I will give you the first crack at it. I just mentioned it. The Knicks have won 13 consecutive games in this postseason. That's the second longest streak in any one playoff run ever. Now, again, the playoffs didn't used to be this long, so that doesn't date back to the 50s and the 60s, but it is what it is. I don't feel like people are going to want to put this team up there with the greatest teams that we've ever seen, even if they're having one of the greatest runs that we've ever seen. What's the right way to put that in perspective?
I'm just impressed with now. I mean, it's impressive that they talk about poise, which I think that's what San Antonio lacks at this point. It's natural. Lack it when your best players are 19, 20, and 22. The Knicks have been through this. They've been there. Look, they didn't celebrate at all when they beat Cleveland in Game 4. There was no celebration whatsoever. And so to Wendy's point, I admire the way the Knicks have handled this. Karl Anthony Towns has been criticized to death over the years. People have been saying about Karl Anthony Towns that he couldn't do, that he wasn't up to, that he didn't have the heart for. He's heard all of it.
Yeah.
And so he's in a different place. He has taken all of that and turned it. And so they're in their sweet spot right now. We don't know. Can that be dented for one night or 2 nights?
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll see.
They were behind in the final 2 minutes of both games on the road.
Yep.
Brunson can't really make a shot. I know he made a couple
It was just
in the
things
fourth
I was
quarter
really
game
picking
one,
up throughout the
he's not
series
playing
of where
great.
I could
Towns has scored 0 points
Coach was really
in the fourth
challenged
quarter of this series.
Yeah.
Okay? They won them both.
Right.
They won both those games. This is a freaking winning machine.
Can I say this about this question? Where does this Knicks team rank all the time? So I won a championship in 2001 with Duke, right? And every other year, it's like, who are the last 25 teams if we were to rank? And we always laugh with it because we're like, we would have smacked it. You're always going to believe that you would have beat anybody. Right. It doesn't matter, right? So if you're a former player, if you're a player in this situation, I don't care where I rank all time. You guys can argue about that until you're blue in the teeth. All I care about is just getting these next 2 games, 1 game at a time.
The one thing about playoff basketball that you notice, more teams beat themselves than they get beat. The Knicks are not beating themselves. Like, that's the critical thing.
That's why this is different.
That's why this is different than all the categorical history that's not this team. This team is something totally different.
Yeah, I mean, they basically steamrolled their way reporters who've been covering the series and covering the press conferences. And what can you tell us about the mood of Victor and the Spurs down 2-0 coming here?
For a team down 2-0 coming into the belly of the beast here in New York City where there's incredible energy, they are not defeated. And I think what Victor said there was what their mindset is. And Greg Popovich met with them before they left to fly to New York on Saturday and said, look, you've got to forget what happened in game 2. You've got to focus on the process. And if you look at that end-of-game sequence, Victor does a great job. He defends, great defense. Then he gets in there, gets a great rebound. Let's go. Process great, result bad, and then obviously a terrible foul. And then on this play, they get a very good shot. Process work screening.
Protecting the rim.
And what Popovich
Just really
and the
proud
rest
of the group.
Here's
LeBron barreling down the middle.
Don't just focus
Jackson
on the fact that they didn't work out. Focus on what got you there. They like the defense they're playing on Jalen Brunson. They're players who are dealing with some minor injuries. Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox are not on the injury report and ready to go. They still think they're alive and kicking in this series.
Vinny, you've been with the Spurs. You've been talking to them. What have you heard from them and their perspective?
It is amazing to me, Green, that they don't seem broken at all. Like, they're looking at this as, yes, we blew 2 games at home. Yes, we're behind the 8 ball. But we're in an advantageous situation where we learn our lessons really quick. Once again, I go to Oklahoma City. When you win 2 games in Oklahoma City,
More about just being locked in and doing the.
You are not a team that's going to be broken easily. Yes, this is not the advantageous situation that you want to be in. But I think with everything going on tonight, the focus is on the Knicks. It is so celebratory. It is like the Knicks parade is happening tonight and not a basketball game. And that is the greatest atmosphere for a young team to walk into and say, all we got to do is play.
Playoffs. Let's do it. Wilbon
Buckle
joins
up.
us here.
Let's do it. This is what we've been waiting all years
to cover up
for you to
your
walk.